and welcome to probably the most asked for tutorial or review that I've got in since I'm running Demystify Color, and I started like 5 years ago in 2020. And I think it's a really crazy hype and, in quotes, battle between Genesis that got released a month ago or so, and on the same day also Filmbox came up with a new update, and a ton of people reached out to me and asked if I got Genesis, and they know, or most of you knew, that I already own Filmbox and what I think about it and what the differences are and so on and so forth. So of course I got Genesis for you guys, and I will try my best to do a detailed review between Genesis and Filmbox, but keep in mind this is just my very personal opinion and I will do it honestly. I didn't get paid from Genesis, Colin Kelly, and neither did I get paid from Filmbox, from Greg Cotton and his team. So I'm not an affiliate and I don't do any work with either of them. So first things first, I think both are great and I don't want to badmouth neither Filmbox nor Genesis. They both have their pros and cons. Once again, please keep in mind this is my personal opinion. And also another disclaimer, I used Genesis just for one single job where I tried it. So also my experience is pretty limited. Some of you who are more familiar with Genesis already probably immediately noticed that I'm still on the first version. Colin came up with an update pretty much after it got out, and I will also show you why I think this is the case, and also a problem that I found on the job where I worked with it. And I have some test shots. I think you're familiar with this one because I think it's in Colin's demo where he actually promoted it before it got released. And maybe in a future one I will also get the files from Artlist, because many of you asked about if I know if this footage is accessible. So this is from cinematography mailing list. I've linked to it in the written part of this tutorial. If you're watching it on YouTube, you will get the link on my website for it. Just register for free. You don't need any plan or so. This is a totally free tutorial and I have a detailed write-up in there. It's just too much for the description here. And yeah, so this is the first version of Genesis, and this is still the old Filmbox version, so before the update. And I will grab some screenshots and do a comparison. So basically the first half or so, let's see how long these videos will be. It will be pretty long, as you can see already. And in the second half or so, I will update both of them and continue to talk about it. Maybe if it gets really long, I will split it up in 2 parts. Just a heads up, I don't know yet, because I'm just recording and go as we speak, and I'm not planning this out too much. Okay, so this is, as I already said, a test shot from cinematography mailing list, and I just hit the correct camera profile and left everything else as default. That's also very important. So this is a 250D clean with the standard print profile. And I did the same thing here in Genesis, input color space, and the standard negative luckily is also 250D and 2383. And as far as my knowledge goes, this matches Filmbox. And I think the very first thing that you notice, let's grab a still real quick that you can download later on too. So I grabbed the still from Genesis and now I'm on Filmbox, and what you probably notice is a tiny bit of differences in the luminances here in her shirt. So red and green are getting rendered pretty differently, and also a bit of yellow is different. But the most difference you will see is here in the contrast area. So you see Filmbox is a bit lighter in here and a bit bluer, I would say, and Genesis is a bit darker, and the skin tone looks totally different. So on the first version of Filmbox, and that was one thing that I honestly didn't like too much about Filmbox in the first version, is this kind of greenish tint. I think they fixed it in the second version, and Genesis, on the other hand, I would say renders the skin tone pretty beautifully. So that's one major difference. And what I forgot to say, sorry about that, is in Genesis, per default, halation and grain isn't enabled, but I enabled the default things so that I can compare it better to Filmbox, where also grain and halation is enabled on default. So as you can see, these are the differences for color rendition. Here we see the difference in the highlight and with halation. And that's one thing that I have to admit. I totally love Filmbox for the halation, even in version 1. And the grain is also pretty good, I would say. And the halation is really my go-to for the last, I don't know how long Filmbox is out, 3 or 4 years or so. Let's go to a different shot. So here is some test footage. Unfortunately, you can't get this one. It's shot by Thomas Dunzendorfer, a befriended directing DB, and it's shot with a 2383 emulation that I built. So basically, it's a good representation as they shot with a film print LUT. And as you can see, there's no grading applied or similar. And what's really nice is to inspect the tail lights, for example. So this is Genesis and this is Filmbox. So you already see the differences. Let's zoom in a bit more. So I would say Genesis leans a bit to magenta in here. And that's one thing that they fixed with the first update. And that's also something that I noticed, that very bright and saturated reds are leaning more towards magenta. Let's turn up the scopes real quick, and it's on 2x zoom already. I hope you see it. So Filmbox and Genesis. As you can see, Filmbox is more here towards the left, so more towards the yellowish kind of area, and Genesis leans more towards red, magenta in here. And I would say Filmbox has also a nice kind of tint in the highlights. I personally really like this. And Genesis has a more bleached highlight, I would say. Here's another shot with foliage and greenery. So Genesis versus Filmbox. And once again, you can see that Filmbox is more on the cooler greenish side. As you can see in here, it leans more towards cyan in here. And Genesis not so much. And maybe let's go to this example because it's a really extreme one. It's a night shot. And once again, I think you can see very nicely how halation is affecting, for example, these highlights in here. So this is Genesis and this is Filmbox. It totally depends on your preference, of course, what you would say looks better, because I think we would need this shot also shot on film to really see who's closer to real film. I don't want to judge this by just looking at these two emulations. And I think it doesn't matter too much anyways, because I want to create nice looking images and not 100% faithful film emulations anyways. And I think what you clearly can see in here, that Filmbox has more saturation here in the yellows and in the highs and a bit more blooming. And Genesis has a more, I would say, kind of bleached highlight look and not so much blooming going on. Especially in the lamps in here, you see the bleaching that I'm talking about. This is pretty clean and white, and Filmbox has more saturation in here. You can also see it's probably a bit artifacting, but I wouldn't care too much about it because you can easily grade underneath it. And especially with Filmbox, I don't use it as a full ODD like this, but I usually split it up, that I use the negative up front and the print as ODT. So basically I do an IDT with the negative and an ODT with the print. And that's a really nice thing, that you could be that flexible. I totally love this. And unfortunately, that's not possible with Genesis, at least at the time of this recording. So that would be one really big disadvantage for me for Genesis, that I can't split things up, even not just halation and grain. I think that's one of the really disappointing things for me. I get it that maybe you can't split up the negative and the print and they want to do this, but I don't really get it why it's also with the halation and grain. Probably because they need some kind of info from the neg and the print in here to calculate these ones, but I think it's still very disappointing that you can't just use halation or grain and it limits the usage of it for me personally very, very immensely. All right, let's go on. Just quickly look at an image, and especially back in here because we have a lot of colors in here. So once again, Genesis and Filmbox. And what looks better to you totally depends on your taste, of course. So let's do it full screen real quick. So this is Genesis and this is Filmbox. And again, with no grading applied or similar. Last but not least, let's quickly go through this gradient smoothness chart from Thatcher Freeman. It's a free DCTL that you can download, and it's in the description how to set it up correctly. I hope I did it right. And then I can go through the different hue angles in here and see if something is clipping or breaking or whatever. And as you can see, there's a fold in here and also in here, but it's really, really tough to get everything right, I would say, on this gradient chart. And it's really nice to evaluate and have, and it's a super amazing tool, especially as it's so sophisticated and available for free. But I would always charge if you see some problems on real world footage. But I totally get it that Thatcher is saying if it's folding in here that it can create problems on real world footage, and it would be better if it's totally clean. But yeah, I think it's tough to achieve. And let's do the same with Filmbox. Let's start in here, and you see that it's totally different. Again, you have some kind of folds in here, and again, you see some folds happening all the time, I would say. But then again, I think film oftentimes behaves pretty weird and in unexpected ways. So it's probably the same. I didn't test it yet. Maybe I will do it in the second part or later down the road with some OG film print emulations. And I think we will see the same happening with them because, yeah, that's how film reacts. And I totally get it that it's behaving that way, even though if you're a real technical person or a coder or whatever image scientist, you would say that it isn't too ideal. And that's probably also true. And my guess would be that with Genesis, it's happening less because it's generally speaking a bit smoother, but I think it's also because they have more highlight bleaching in place. And the problem I talked about before, again, this is super, super harsh footage and it's hard to get right. It's log C4 footage, lots of dynamic range, and that's basically the fault I was talking about. So as you can see, this is the log footage and it's turning towards magenta with Genesis. And with Filmbox, it probably kind of creates a bit of artifacts, but it's more true to the yellowish, reddish kind of thing, I would say. But again, this is really, really hard to get right. And also, full disclosure, my personal DCTLs and looks struggle to get this one right. So yeah, probably one of the toughest shots out there at this point of time. But I think you can clearly see the difference here that one is more towards red magenta and one is more towards greenish reddish. So yeah, I think it's a really long one already. And before I update everything and before you can evaluate the stuff in the written part, I guess I will split it up in 2 parts. Otherwise this video is really too long. But I still wanted to show you one more look, and that's basically one of my DCTLs. I just created a CST up front because I don't have it natively coded up for log 3G10 and red white gamut RGB and used the log C3 version instead. I matched the contrast because mine would be flatter out of the box. I have a free halation DCTL from Hot Glue Banyu. Totally love this one. This and the Filmbox one are my go-tos, to be honest. And that's grain that I've just built with the built-in grain from Resolve and applied it 2 versions of it. And just to throw this also in the mix that you can see, this is like a $2,000 kind of plugin right out of the box. This is half the price, but still $1,000. And this is mine. And basically with the contrast adjusted, so it's more close to the other ones. From the starting point, this is mine for like, I don't know, $160. So I think what most of you are saying, of course, I'm totally biased with this one as it's one of my own products and everyone has a different opinion, but I'm not really sure if this $2,000 starting point is really better than this one for $160. And in the second part, I will try to even come up with a free look, and then we can even evaluate one for free. But I'm not really sure if it's that much better. I don't know. Maybe my hopes were, or my demand maybe is a bit too high. But yeah, it's not just, of course, the looks that you have to pay for. I totally get it why things are that expensive, because you need a development team. It takes a ton of development, and you also need support team, ticket team. You have to have all these things in place, and I'm just one guy doing all of it. So of course my overhead is way less, and it's still a small DCTL and a small shop and product. So I don't have all this overhead. And also, I guess people are not expecting that much if it's way cheaper than, for example, with a product like that, or also like that. And that's probably the difference. So I totally get it, why they are expensive and takes a ton of time and blood, sweat and tears. So I think honestly, my first conclusion and roundup would be both are totally valid tools. Both are really great. You can get great looks out of it. And let's do a second part, because it's really, really long now, where I will update Genesis and Filmbox, review the things that they fixed, and then also show you some looks, and even with grading and the differences and how they look when you grade underneath it. It's probably part 2 will be even longer. Let's see if we need even 3 parts. I will decide then. And I hope you enjoy this as much as I do, and that I help you choose between the two, or maybe even you have both and I can help you understanding them better, or how to evaluate it or work with them or whatever. So thanks a lot already, and see you soon on part 2.